Hello and welcome back to EduTalks. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. In this episode, we explore the law of human nature, the hidden forces that shape how people think, feel, and behave. You'll discover why people sometimes act in ways that don't make sense, why emotions control decisions, and how understanding these patterns can make you wiser and stronger. When you listen carefully, you won't just improve your English, you'll also gain a deeper understanding of human behavior. You'll see why people get jealous, why they hide their true feelings, why they repeat the same mistakes, and how awareness can help you grow with confidence. In this lesson, I'll speak slowly, clearly, and use simple, powerful words. I'll repeat key ideas so you can follow easily and practice naturally. You can listen, repeat, and speak along with me, step by step. This method is called shadowing. You listen first, then repeat after me. It helps you train your ears, your tongue, and your mind at the same time. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin this journey together. Are you ready? Let's start now. Part 1. The Law of the Inner Mirror. People often see the world through a dirty window and blame the view. We like to say, I see things clearly. I judge situations fairly. I know the truth. But many times, this is not true. The world we see is often a reflection of our own inner world. Think about a person who feels insecure. They walk into a room and see people laughing. They immediately think, they are laughing at me. But the truth is, those people did not even see them enter. The laughter was about a joke. The person saw their own fear in the faces of others. That is not reality. That is a reflection. Another example. You feel happy and full of energy. You see a cloudy day and think, what a beautiful, dramatic sky. But if you feel sad and tired, you see the same sky and think, how gloomy and depressing. The sky did not change. Your inner world changed. The problem is we rarely clean the window. We believe the reflection is real. We tell ourselves we are objective, but we are looking through the lens of our own moods, our past hurts, and our secret hopes. So what is the answer? Look inward first. Before you blame the outside world, check the inner mirror. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Is this situation truly bad, or am I seeing it through my own fear, my own sadness, my own pride? If you clean the inner mirror, the outer world becomes much clearer. Real wisdom starts not with seeing the world, but with understanding the one who is looking. This law explains why two people can experience the exact same event and have completely different stories. One person gets laid off from a job and sees it as a devastating failure. They feel shame. They tell themselves, I am not good enough. My career is over. They look at the world and see a place of rejection and dead ends. Another person gets laid off from the same job and sees it as a painful but necessary push. They feel scared, but also a little excited. They tell themselves, this is my chance to finally start that business I dreamed about. This job was holding me back. They look at the world and see a place of opportunity and new beginnings. The event was identical. The difference was the inner mirror. One was clouded with fear and self-doubt. The other was polished with hope and a belief in possibility. We are all walking around with these mirrors, projecting our inner state onto everything and everyone around us. Your critical boss is not just a critical boss. He is a reflection of your own fear of not being competent. Your supportive friend is not just a supportive friend. She is a reflection of your own capacity for kindness. When you understand this, you stop trying to change the reflection by painting the objects, You realize you must clean the mirror itself. This is especially powerful in relationships. Think about a couple arguing about money. He wants to save, she wants to spend. On the surface, they are fighting about numbers in a bank account, but if they look into the inner mirror, a deeper truth appears. For him, money represents security. He grew up in a house where financial instability caused great anxiety. When he sees spending, his inner mirror shows him a future of fear and helplessness. For her, money represents freedom and joy. She grew up in a strict home where every pleasure was questioned. When she sees saving, her inner mirror shows her a life of deprivation and missing out. The argument is not about money. It is about the old movies playing in their minds, projected onto their present situation. They are not fighting each other. They are fighting the ghosts from their own past, reflected in each other's actions. So what can you do? The next time you feel a strong reaction, anger, hurt, jealousy, pause. Do not look outward first. Look inward. Ask, what old wound is this touching? What story am I telling myself about what this means? When you clean your own mirror, you often find the other person's reflection becomes less distorted as well. You can then address the real fear, not just the surface behavior. This turns a battlefield into a place of understanding. Part 2. The Law of Silent Growth. People often want the flower without planting the seed. We live in a world that celebrates the result, the victory, the finished product. We see the singer on stage, the entrepreneur with a successful company, the writer with a best-selling book. We see the flower in full bloom, and we want one just like it, so we try to copy the flower. We buy the same clothes, we repeat the same phrases, we try to mimic the outcome. But we forget about the seed. We forget about the dark, quiet, lonely time underground where the real work happened. This is the law of silent growth. Nothing of real value appears overnight. Everything meaningful grows in silence, away from the eyes of the world. Think about a tree. In the winter, it looks dead. No leaves, no fruit, no sign of life. But underneath the ground, the roots are spreading, digging deeper, gathering strength. That silent, invisible work is what allows the tree to explode with life in the spring. If you dig up the seed every day to check if it is growing, you will kill it. Human growth works the same way. We want to be great tomorrow, but we are not willing to be quiet and small today. This is why so many people give up on their goals. They decide to get fit. They go to the gym for 2 weeks. They look in the mirror and see no change. They feel discouraged and quit. They wanted the visible result without enduring the silent, unseen period of growth. The body was changing. Muscles were strengthening. Stamina was building. But these changes were not yet visible to the eye. The growth was still silent. The same is true for learning a language, building a business, or mastering an instrument. The most important part of the journey happens when no one is clapping, when you feel stupid, when you are making mistakes in private, when it seems like you are getting nowhere. This silent period is not a sign of failure. It is the essential process of building a foundation. The world only sees the day the business becomes profitable, but the entrepreneur knows that the real victory happened months earlier, in the silent, desperate nights when they chose to keep going even when every sign said to quit. That is where character is built. That is where true skill is forged. So, what can you do? First, you must learn to love the silence. You must find joy in the practice itself, not just the performance. The writer must learn to love the empty page, not just the published book. The musician must learn to love the daily scales, not just the concert. Second, you must protect your seed from the outside world. Do not announce every goal to everyone. When you share a dream too early, you often get a false sense of accomplishment, and the energy you should put into the work leaks out in talking. Worse, you invite opinions, doubts, and criticisms that can poison the soil before the seed has a chance to sprout. Keep your most important work private until it is strong enough to withstand the weather. Third, trust the process even when you see no evidence. You cannot see the roots growing, but you must have faith that if you water the seed and give it light, growth is happening beneath the surface. Your job is not to force the flower to open. Your job is to tend the garden every day, to pull the weeds of distraction, and to water the soil with consistent effort. The growth will come in its own time. The final product will be stronger, more beautiful, and more truly yours because it did not appear by magic, but grew silently from a seed you planted and faithfully nurtured. Great work today. You made it to the end of this episode. You listened carefully. You repeated with me. You spoke English step by step. And you also learned about people, about their emotions, their patterns, and the reasons behind their actions. This is true growth. Every time you shadow, your English becomes smoother. Every time you practice, your understanding becomes deeper. Remember, progress is not about doing everything fast. Progress is about staying consistent. You are shaping a new habit, a new voice, and a new mindset. One word at a time, one sentence at a time. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep believing in your power to improve. Come back to this episode often. Listen again, repeat again, and let each time feel easier and clearer. You are not just learning English, you are learning about people, life, and yourself. That is what makes this journey so meaningful. This is EduTalks, and I'm Sarah, proud of how far you've come today. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself every single day. You are growing stronger with every word. See you next time.